It really was a great preparation by our defensive staff, headed by Dave Watercutter. All the defensive coaches had a part in it, and they really worked collaboratively this week, or last week, to really contain a very dangerous Plymouth team. We knew that their quarterback, Jack Barron, was a kind of a player that, especially when there's a broken play, could really hurt you. So we had to make sure that we bent and didn't break.
And then, obviously, the expectations for Dwenger football is to always be playing at this point of the season. But for this year's team, just the growth that you've had over the season, how much does it mean to be playing for the semi-state crown on Friday night?
It's pretty special because the team is not made up of any outright superstars. We have a lot of self-made athletes here, and these kids have earned everything that they've achieved up to this point. And even with that first loss to Lewis to open the season, they continue to progress every week, and it's just neat to see them grow and have the fruits of the benefits, the fruits of their hard work come through in the victories each week.
And then we were talking a little bit about the emotional roller coaster with Coach Schwarzkopf this season and how this team has been able to really step up and show him that they've taken all the principles that they have. Just talk about how the team's been able to play for him this season.
Well, it brings things down to earth for us as far as what courage means and what life is about. And it's just not a cute saying on the back of a T-shirt anymore. It's something that these kids have experienced firsthand, and they are living it not only in Coach Schwarzkopf and his battle, but also themselves and what they try to do and what they try to achieve for him as an inspiration.
And how much will it mean for you to have him on the sideline with you? You've been out there as a head coach alone this season, but now you got him for South Bend St. Joseph. How much will that mean to this team?
It'll mean the world. All is right with the world when he's around. We know that everything's in place. People always ask about him, and when we're finally able to say, yeah, he's been right there with us through thick and thin, it completes our team, and I think it helps the inspiration throughout the ranks.
And let's talk a little bit about South Bend St. Joseph. What do you know about them, and what are you trying to get the guys to work on this week in practice?
South Bend St. Joe is a power running team, and they'll throw a lot of blockers at you offensively. Defensively, I think might be the strength of their entire team. Up front, they have very physical people. So that's why I thought that the keys to this week is going to be such that we stop their run, we're able to run, and then we've got to play good special teams, mistake-free. We suffered a few drop passes Friday night. We had some penalties that cut off a couple of drives that we thought that we could score on, but it didn't happen because of those things. So we're trying to tie up loose ends.
And then final question. How much would it mean to be playing for the state championship at Lucas Oil Stadium with this year's team?
It would make me very happy because of how hard these kids have worked and what they've invested since October of last year. There wasn't but a couple days that they were done with last season's disappointing loss that they got into the weight room, and they came in the mornings to practice conditioning as well as lift, and they have been determined for that long. It's been over a year now to try to achieve what they are now. So they have earned it, they deserve it, and I would love to see it happen for them.